They go to the temple along with our 11-year-old young women.
She would be a second wife. She asked this question: would she be able to have her own house? Would she have to live with her husband and his first wife? I just told her to trust the Lord.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. So apparently the YouTube Mormon employee slacking on the job, taking off on vacation, coming back, can't hold anything back, as my great classics at LDS Mormon General Conference are getting people's attention in a bigly way, It's exactly the same type of thing I do for conference, every single general conference. I was just doing some great classics because I was looking for the one particular quote from Hinckley, and I didn't find it quick enough, and found the other two gems and thought, let's do that. And so I did it. But the intention is not for me to become popular. I'm not doing YouTube videos to be an influencer, to be popular, to get paid as a priestcrafter. The church does that. That's what the church does. It's just so frustrating that psychologists from Nazi Germany have destroyed American minds. That more Americans are incapable of thinking for themselves and are tossed about by every whim of whatever side they chose as the false dichotomy options. The deep state Dem left or the MAGA extremist right. It's like nobody even thinks, is there another way? Maybe I should read the Constitution. Nope. Same with Mormons. They've got the Book of Mormon. They've got Joseph Smith's words. They know the Bible's not translated correctly. They know the church will never translate it correctly. They know about Mark Hoffman forging documents, and yet Mormons are clueless about how to identify forged documents. Oh, Joseph Smith said we're supposed to now practice priestcraft and polygamy. Oh wait, doesn't the Book of Mormon say we're not supposed to practice priestcraft or polygamy? Oh no, I guess Joseph Smith can change his mind. Church is true. And you don't think maybe they're forged documents? Maybe the Expo Nevermos had something but didn't keep going with it about the Book of Mormon having plagiarisms in it. Dear God, people, come on, stop the stupidity. Quit playing dumb, because nobody could be this stupid. I'm having trouble believing it. Nope, I don't know. Let's read some comments by Mormons concerning great classics at LDS Mormon Church General Conference. President Gordon B. Hinckley, Law of Prostitution. We have two. J. Malco. I just want to scream. Seriously. Everyone asks God about chastity, and God shows each individual person That's a great approach. Heart, heart, heart emojis. This is why Mormons are in the news of all kinds of child sex crimes. Even a judge and a fire chief. Even old men, little kids. Everybody's raping little kids. This is what happens. The church teaches no sex. Don't even think about it. And they justify it with the scriptures, pulling it out of context, screwing up the interpretation. Whosoever looketh upon a woman is a fornicator. You've denied the faith. You looked on a woman. See, when I was in high school in pre-squirm, the pre-squirm advisor referred to that scripture and told 2 or 3 of us who were with him at the time that it is okay to look on a woman once. But if you look the second time, now you've crossed the line, you're sinning. And so he gave his pre-squirm advisor advice. Make sure that first look is a long one. So thus began my journey at staring at women. Why are you staring at me? You're creepy. Get away from me. Oh my God. But this kind of acceptance of prostitution, this is what he was talking about. He wasn't paying attention, or she, if J refers to a female. This is awful. You know, guys could put heart emojis. Who knows? This is awful. And so I have to go back into history for you to show you the consequences of the falsehoods of this church. They preach no looky, no thinky, no feely, and no touchy. And then you have to get married in their temple. You can't leave the church because getting married out of the church is a sin. It has to be in their church with a Mormon girl, and now you can have sex. And they've previously wanted to tell you how to have sex. They wanted to be in the bedroom directing your sexual activities. No, This used to be the home teacher's assignments. The couple was supposed to call it the home teachers. And if they do it for the millennium, oh my God. And so the Together Forever video that I've often used. Pretty soon the women at the office start looking better and better, and your family starts looking worse and worse, and before you know it, boom, you've committed a sex orgy with every woman in the office. And now you have to be an architect in an all-male firm. God. And so you have the others, Mohana, you ugly, come down here for the bride price. You're being sold. Your father has to give away cows to get rid of you. The one on repentance, where the girl's in there for her bishop's interview, and the bishop asks, is there anything in your life that has not been reported to a previous authority that you need to disclose now? And the answer is always no. Nope, there isn't. Move on. And yet, she comes up with, well, years ago, I dated a guy. Oh, that's pretty serious. You didn't have your home teachers with you on the date? We have no idea what happened. Because music starts playing. You see his lips moving. You see her. And then she says, I can't have the temple recommend, but I love him. I'm not with that other guy. Oh my God. So they do that on purpose because they want Mormon kids to live in fear, to not think, not feel, to not believe, speak, touch, taste. Nothing. And so when Hinckley is talking to the 60 Minutes guy, whew, and I remember watching that 60 Minutes episode way back when, and I tried to get a transcript of it. I think I did. It's just Dad threw everything away and tried to erase me from history. But now I got it on video, thanks to YouTube. And the 60 Minutes guy asked, you have a high morality. There are those at BYU who are unclear about where the line is. Just for what I told you, the church won't give a line other than nothing. That is the line. No thinky, no feely, no touchy, no tasty, no heary, nothing. Don't think about it. If you start thinking about it, sing a hymn, say a prayer, read your scriptures, go to the temple, anything to hold it off. Turn it off, just like in the Book of Mormon musical. It's not just for gay behavior. It's for everything. Turn it off. And so Mormon girls hear about this. Oh crap. Those women trying to sneak into the priesthood meeting wearing slacks. Finding out all the secrets. They think, oh, well, guys can turn it off. living prophets of Jesus, they're guys. They were teenagers. I guess guys can turn it off. And so the women, they get into a dating relationship with a guy. And so the woman, thinking, oh, guys can turn it off. I really like this guy. I'm having trouble turning it off. And so the women now feel guilty and ashamed for being slut whores. And then take it out on the guy, getting angry with him. What did I do? I just wanted to give you a peck on the cheek goodnight. Shake hands. Because I turned it off. And so, yes, Mormon marriages are ruined. Mormon dating is ruined. Single lives are ruined. All because of this evil church that embraces Lucifer's doctrine of cover up and hide, be ashamed, and feel guilty of your sexual desires to reproduce a species, which is the very first commandment in the scriptures. Look it up. The very first commandment, Genesis chapter 1. What did you think be fruitful and multiply meant? Have sex. It's the commandment. And yet this church turned the scriptural commandment, which they claim is part of their scriptures, is false. And tells Mormons, no, Lucifer's plan of happiness is for you. And thus the inverted pentagrams on the keystone of the doors of the headquarters Salt Lake Temple. And so then you take it into a time frame that the church, year after year after year after year after year, does a conference with a We Hate Women campaign of psychologists, and they claim that it's anti-porn, which, again, they're playing dumb to deceive the masses who get suckered in to believing their conferences. And then you get a member of the 12 who goes to be the official speaker for the church, along with these other psychologists. And this is where the picture that I used yet again today of Holland comparing COVID to porn. Not only does the church threaten Mormons, no thinking, no feeling, no touching, no tasting, no hearing, which is scary enough because nobody can do it. Nobody can turn it off. And so we end up lying to our bishops. And the church has got us. This is what the Russians do, called compromat. But they do it a little more extremist, in which, well, the church is pretty extreme in their own special way. But what the Russians do is they'll put video cameras in hotels and in people's homes, etc. And then a person that they want blackmailed, compromised, thus compromat, they'll send what they call honeypots, translated into Russian. And they'll come knocking, "Hi, can we come in and have sex?" Yeah, okay. And then a P-tape involves. And then he gets a another knock on the door later. Yeah, we got a P-tape. You're going to do exactly what we want you to do. So this is why I did the blacklist in this morning's video for you. Is because the anti-porn campaign in Utah, which obviously is inspired by the church, it's ordered by the church, led to the banning of porn. Because people now have to sign in to prove their age, which you can fake. But what the porn industry, the woman was trying to claim, is that it actually harms people. And I don't think she didn't go into it, but it's a blacklist because the state of Utah gets a listing of who sees what when. They previously to this law that they passed, and the Stewart dismissed because this is the wrong jurisdiction. Bleep you, Stewart. It's Utah. Utah's law. It's in Utah. Bleep you. Protecting the church. You were supposed to recuse in my case, and he didn't until it was too late. But nonetheless, bastard. Bleep you. That was the one where I filed the Insurrection Act for RICO that Bill Barr got a hold of and knew about it and did nothing about it for the church, and then I'm trying to protect Trump. Trying to protect him. And nope, everybody's against Trump. And so this is why Utah has been having so many sex crimes in the news lately, with psychologists even. Not just with a judge and a fire chief. It's because of this abstinence only. And did you read it? The state of Utah themselves asked their own question and then answer and says, no, it's abstinence based. And then go on to quote Hinckley from that talk, which is abstinence only. But we allow people to teach how to use a condom. We just don't like the names that were submitted under Herbert. I preferred the one that said slut. Salt Lake, Utah. That would have been an awesome merchandising effort for the government, and they blew it. Everybody would have been buying the slut condoms. Even if they weren't having sex. This church just does not like merchandising. Is it getting hot in here? And so after they do their yearly campaign with psychologists to scare people, you know, that it's going to cause blindness, you're going to die, you're going to get AIDS and COVID. Utah tries to pass a law to ban porn in some form or fashion, on whichever form and fashion it's available. And so they go after music, they go after books, they go after videos, TV shows, they go after the internet and games, all of it. They're trying to control your lives. They, under the guise of protecting children, because they tried to say that it was harmful to adults, leads to the crimes of sex. That did not work well and was shut down, so they go after kids. And that apparently scares parents. Dear God. If you're not going to teach your kid proper sex ed, you get what you get. Consequences. Raise a kid in the way they shall go, and when they're older, they will not depart from it. So if you want to raise a kid under falsehoods, they're going to grow up believing and acting out falsehoods. And that's exactly why there's so much sex crimes in Utah going on. It's the natural consequences, because males and females, apparently, I don't know, can't turn it off. It can't be done except through acts of torture. That's why the church has been involved in conversion therapy since the post-World War II Nazi Germany torture techniques of conversion therapy on the Jews, using it here in Utah, and going after those who masturbate and those who claim they are gay. And it doesn't convert anybody. It's a torture technique. It is purposely designed to torture only. It is an inhumane torture technique by a church, not a black site government operation on terrorism or those perceived as terrorists. No, it is used by the church with government approval to torture people for being anti-Mormon, anti-Christ, apostate, Korah whores, violating the laws of the church. Are you sure you want this to be Zion? Because it's going to get worse. I've warned you of what will happen. And so section 119, verse 6, which you were supposed to read. Well, you didn't quote it, so I didn't bother to look it up. What is it about anyway? It's about how the church is true, right? It's tithing. And those who violate the law are not allowed in Zion. This is what the church is doing. Going after porn, going after porn sites, porn social media, porn music, porn videos, porn this, porn that. They first tried to shut it all down and disappear it under the white supremacist Christian nationalist ideological thinking of out of sight, out of mind. Told to me by my mommy as a widow boy. I didn't like that as a little boy. Nevertheless, that was her teaching that to me. And I disagreed and I rebelled and I became the black sheep of the family. And then they hated me and disowned me and erased me from history. These are the consequences of the evils of the church. When you tell Mormons that sex is evil, that everybody can turn it off, adults apparently forget that they can't. and that they feel that they're sinners because they can't. And then they go to the extremism to force everybody else's agency to do what they've failed to do. Without fail, each and every single time. And thus why the beam and the mote for wicked people. Mormons are victims of abuse. And I cry that Mormons would rather continue in the abuse than go, I will not allow this church to abuse me. These are old men. They have no power over me. They are old men. All you got to do is bump into them and they fall down on 9/11/2023 and they break a hip. They are old men. They have no power over anyone. I refer you to Isaiah, in which he goes, is this the guy who thought that he was going to ascend to heaven and he scared the whole world? You do know what I'm referring to, because I gave you the hint. How art thou fallen, O Russell Marion, son of the morning, on 9/11/2023. It is just pathetic. And then you get prophets at the pulpit of conference insulting Mormons, debasing them, degrading them, shaming them, humiliating them, disgracing them, saying that Mormons are sinners. They need to repent. They need to stop it and turn it off. You get Oaks saying, you little girls are porn. For those who look at you. It is awful. And Mormons just take it and say, thank you, LDS Church, can I have some more? That was for you. And you know who I'm talking about. Because we've shared that video clip back and forth. And so, after failing to shut off all porn access in Utah, that there's just some that they couldn't get through, they then began to go to specific sites to say, we want to know who's watching your site and when, because they failed to spy on our computers for our browsing history. As Oaks, again in that same pornography video, said, commit a crime, cyber terrorize and hack people to find out what they're watching. And expose them for it. He's telling Mormons to commit cyber crimes. And so they failed on that one. So they've been going to sites, trying to get porn to be banned, to create a list of who signs in, what their age are, what they watch. Do they watch chunky butts? We want to know. Social media, they're demanding who is watching what. Make them sign in so that we know who they are. And we want to know what they watch, which anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate, horror video channel they follow. We want to know. And then attacking them by extortion to say, you're porn. And so YouTube's on the forefront, banning women's channels for being women. They're not porn. Bleep you, church. for threatening social media sites to ban women for being women. And these women are devastated, especially when they're little girls doing a YouTube video and getting banned for being girls. They don't understand what happened. They don't know why. YouTube won't explain it. YouTube says, you're porn. I know this is going to be disappointing for you, but we need to protect YouTube from you, little girls. And these little girls are getting abused by the social media sites the social media sites were told by Congress and parents, don't abuse our children, protect our children, and they still do it through porn accusations. And these little girls are committing suicide because of it, because they don't understand what they're doing wrong. And YouTube says, bleep you, little girls. And it just makes me cry. And so I've gone over with you the correct interpretation and translation of scriptures, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. And so I can't talk about the abomination of desolation, referring to the Greek practice of prostitution in the Jewish Jerusalem temple. You don't care. So let's go to the other one here. Oh, dear God, it's church news time. Brian Armstrong. And I have no problem saying these guys' names, because he chose to click on my video and chose to put a comment. He just didn't watch all my channels and follow me first to seek to understand before being understood. Do Mormons know where I got that from? You should. He was a Mormon who wrote that book. And so instead, he thinks he's gonna, put me to shame. And he quotes me, or it's actually not me, it's Hinckley. But I think he's quoting the picture. Yeah, okay, so it's Gloria Small who is confused about the words on the picture. She says, I am confused by the words you put on the screen. Well, the only words I put on the screen was the thumbnail picture. And the thumbnail picture says, Gordon B. Hinckley, President, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I didn't put that up, that was from the video clip. But, so that you would know my papyrus font, that I use all the time, pay a full tithe not to have sex. He says that. That was the clip he said. It didn't say it that way, but that's what he said. Brian Armstrong, he knows. He put both. Not to have sex and a full tithe after marriage in the temple. That's what he's talking about to the 60 Minutes guy. Our Mormons are not to have sex until they are married. I think they know what I mean. And so for Gloria not to know doesn't make any sense to me. I'm confused by the words you put in your comment. You're not making any sense. So Brian Armstrong, pay very close attention to the consequences of false prophets upon the Mormons. Pay a full tithe not to have sex, and a full tithe after marriage in the temple, says the caption. Very good, you can read and parrot what you read. What does that even mean? Oops. I thought I read it before. Alyssa, you distracted me with your video. He's just saying, there it is, that faithful members, is that what you're going to call yourself? He puts the full name, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, clueless about the other video by Hinckley. Follow the law of tithing. Very good, Brian. You get an inverted pentagram star sticker. As well as the law of chastity. Yeah. Very good, Brian. Very good. So smart. But I put prostitution in the title. What is prostitution, Brian? We're getting to it. There are blessings in it if you do. The blessings of 10 to life. And being put on the sex offender registry. Including blessings received in the temple of God. I think that's pretty cool. Have a great day. Smiley face with rosy cheek-a-mosey. Brian Armstrong joined 20 September 2011. He's been on here longer than I have. He's got 3 videos. One is on lip gloss. Good for you, Brian. Good for you. The definition of prostitution, since you don't care about the Greek origin of abomination of desolation. The practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. Lady Red Light, Great White, 1987. Lyrics. Deep in the night, alone in the dark, I get a need for you. In a hotel room, I remember the way, how we do what we do. Too long without your touch. Too long without your love. Oh, my lady of lights, I'm coming over you for you. I call you lover. I call you friend. But when I need another, she's got a heart to lend. I'm a junior and a priest when this came out. Lady Red Light, rock me tonight. Baby's got a way to make it all right. Lady Red Light, rock me tonight. She really knows how to move me. Lady Red Light, oh. Lady Red Light, she's a lady, yeah. But the church's lyrics. Google. Whew. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Dear God. Whew. Come on. Quit chugging along. You can go faster than this. Okay. We'll read this one too. We got a couple more to read. Come on! Dear God, Google. Am I frozen? No, I'm not frozen yet. I mean, seriously, guys. My hell. Whoops. They put... It's the... What the hell? It's I love to see the temple, and they put, we thank thee, O God, for a prophet. Oh my hell. I love to see the temple. Now I had to ruin it for everybody else, and it's now, the spoiler alert is ruined. Bleeping church. My hell. We thank you, God, for a prophet, Travis. We know it's you. You can't fool us. We'll show you. And we thank you. Come on. Okay, where was I? A shadow of night waited in time. Oh, really no need to be cold and alone. I've made up my mind who I need to see. And then the chorus. And that's it. Next. Roxanne, the police. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night. Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right. I loved you since I knew you. I wouldn't talk down to you. I have to tell you just how I feel. I won't share you with another boy. I know my mind is made up, so put away your makeup. Told you once, I won't tell you again. It's a bad way. Smooth Operator, Sade, 1984. I had a great teen years. He's laughing with another girl and playing with another heart. Placing high stakes, making heartaches. He's loved in 7 languages. Diamond nights and ruby lights high in the sky. Heaven help him when he falls. Diamond life, lover boy. We move in space with minimum waste and maximum joy. City lights. and business nights when you require streetcar desire for higher heights. No place for beginners or sensitive hearts when sentiment is left to chance. No place to be ending, but somewhere to start. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Mail, across the north and south to Key Largo. Love for sale. Face to face, each classic case. We shadow box and double cross. Yet need the chase, a license to love. Insurance to hold, melts all your memories and change into gold. His eyes are like angels, but his heart is cold. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. 2024 Utah Code, Title 76, Utah Criminal Code, Chapter 10, Offenses against Public Health, Safety, Welfare, and Morals. Part 13, Prostitution, Section 1302, Prostitution. An actor, except for a child, under 76, 10, 13, 15, is guilty of prostitution if the actor engages in sexual activity with another individual for a fee, or the functional equivalent of a fee. Now, do you understand why I put tithing in the context with chastity? He's a smooth operator. And then it goes on to say that those who are victims by another party who's forcing the sex are therefore not guilty of being prostitutes. So if you're being assaulted, aggravated assault, mayhem, aggravated murder, manslaughter, negligent homicide, child abuse homicide, or homicide by assault under the criminal homicide chapter, kidnapping, child kidnapping, aggravated kidnapping, human trafficking, Mormons, or aggravated human trafficking, human smuggling, or aggravated human smuggling, or human trafficking of a child under the chapter of kidnapping, trafficking, and smuggling, rape of a child, object rape of a child, forcible sodomy, sodomy on a child, forcible sex abuse of a child, or aggravated sexual abuse of a child, aggravated sexual assault, sexual exploitation of a minor, aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, sexual exploitation of a vulnerable adult, aggravated burglary or burglary of a dwelling under the chapter on burglary and criminal trespass, aggravated robbery or robbery under the robbery or theft by extortion under the circumstances described under the other sections. So yes, Mormons, you have a way out. You need to recognize what you're doing is criminal, that the church has deceived you, that by paying tithing ever since you were an 8-year-old child to not have sex until you get sealed in the temple to only a Mormon, that is prostitution. Brian says he's okay with it. What about the rest of you who still are listening an hour into this video? This is a serious crime, and you refuse to listen to my explanations of the origins. Because I love to see the temple. I'm going there someday to feel the Holy Spirit as I get raped today. Oh, that's Christian, not Mormon. To listen and to pray. For the temple is a house of God, a place of love and beauty. I'll prepare myself while I am young. This is my sacred duty. I love to see the temple. I'll go inside someday. I'll covenant with my Father. I'll promise to obey. This is sad. For the temple is a holy place where we are sealed together. There it is. As a child of God, I have learned this truth. A family is forever. And no one knows that this is teaching children, grooming children in primary to be prostitutes. Because the law says that if you pay to get married, that doesn't constitute prostitution. But this is clearly what Hinckley and others have made very clear for us. Ever since you are a Mormon, you must pay them. And it's a whole long list in section 119 that I filed away because I'm supposed to be retired because Zion apparently got canceled. Trump failed. But nonetheless, this is what the church got shut down for in 1887 by the United States of America. The church does not exist as a legal entity. It has articles of incorporation, but they're not legal. I've done the videos. This church does secret combination documents, forged documents. None of it is legal. Section 119 and 132 are only still in our Doctrine and Covenants because Brigham Young framed and blamed Joseph for them. John Taylor's polygamy revelations were denied by the United States because they weren't framing and blaming Joseph. The United States didn't go and say, okay, well, what was the Doctrine and Covenants of 1835? Oh, wait, it says monogamy. You're saying Joseph Smith changed it to polygamy. I'm confused. Which is it? No. They let Section 132 of Brigham Young stand, never bothering to do their research on what Joseph Smith's religion was, because that's not what their concern was. Their concern was Brigham Young's religion, what it was doing. Section 119 is why the church was shut down. It wasn't 132. It's 119, which aggravates 132. See, the United States, yeah, go ahead, have as many wives as you want, just don't go and get a license for them. The United States has no problem if a guy works for the weekend, picks up a chick at a bar, takes her home for the night, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, and then goes to the bar the next night, takes her home, wham bam, thank you ma'am, goes Sunday night, because he skips church because he's a heathen, takes her home, 3 different women for the weekend, and then he goes into work on Monday all groggy. Oh wow, the weekend was awesome. I have no idea what those women's names were. I woke up somewhere where I didn't know where I was, and I was missing my clothes and my internal organs. It was so cool. Want to do it again. But yeah, the United States allows for that. You can have sex with as many women as you want. But once you get one pregnant, especially now under MAGA, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the woman cannot get an abortion. You can't use contraception. You can't use birth control. You have to have the baby, women. Sperm rights matter. Roe v. Wade is gone under Biden. And so thus, there's going to be more problems ensuing in the coming days, and especially for Zion, if the church wins. And so, thank God Trump is failing, because it postpones the church's Zion. But it just means we're never going to have Zion. But nonetheless, is this not being made clear yet? Why do Mormons not understand what prostitution is, what a crime is? Why do Mormons think that, oh, crime is awesome, I want to do it, I get blessed? Have a great day. Bleep you all.